Life drawing is stressful. You enter a room with a model and 20 other people drawing them. You're being told to draw a whole entire person in 30 seconds. An instructor mentioning various muscles and bones you're pretty sure don't exist. The feet you're drawing aren't feeding, the hands ain't handing, and you're pretty sure no human being could ever look like that. Overcoming this learning curve is probably the hardest part of life drawing. Yes, you have to learn anatomy, and yes, you need to know the bones and attachments, and yes, you need to learn structure, but you know what? You can also have fun. Fun? Yeah, wild. I know. So there I was in college, life drawing 3 hours a day in a desperate attempt to become better, faster. Drawing those cubes, the godforsaken pelvis yogurt cup, starting with the line of action, and finding a new person I wanted to draw like that week. While I was making improvements, albeit slowly, I found myself feeling a little lost. While I never hated life drawing and I always saw it as a way to get better, I never really loved it. I would constantly get frustrated. If my proportions were off, my drawing didn't quite look like the model, and I just couldn't get the hang of a pose. However, for me, life drawing changed the day I stopped caring about life drawing. When I was in college, I once read this line in a book, Force by Michael Matesi, where it said, "Experience drawing the model's humanity while using your very own as the purpose to drawing." And I'm not sure if this is how he meant it, but I read that line as, you're not drawing the model, you're more drawing the soul of the model. Wait, what do you mean the soul of the model? I'm just drawing the model, that person standing in front of me, just drawing them as precise as I can get it in the 3 minutes or however long they've given me. Right? Reading that line made something click in my brain. I'm not really drawing the person in front of me. I'm using the model as a reference to create something that should really only matter to me. I stopped trying to mimic every bone and muscle and facial feature and started simplifying, pushing, and creating little stories where I could, turning the model into random creatures and characters. Obviously, there was a benefit to copying and studying the model, but now I knew that wasn't the only thing I was allowed to do. I was finally free. I was finally allowing myself to be creative. And who even said I needed to draw the model exactly? Oh, the teacher did? Okay. Oh, my grades are contingent on the drawing being accurate? Okay, fair. Okay, so I wasn't truly free, at least not yet. I would still need to learn all the muscles? Okay. And all the bones? Kind of a lot, but I guess I understand. Okay, so in school, I still had a lot of rules I needed to follow. I mean, as we progressed in the years, we were allowed to experiment more, but at least my mindset had shifted. And it didn't just shift for life drawing. It shifted for everything. I started feeling like there was no right way to draw or animate, no right way to color or paint. I could focus on the things that brought me joy. The next time I would life draw, I focused on the things that stood out to me. An expression, a prop, the way a hand is foreshortened. If I didn't love the angle of an expression on a face, I would simply change it. I mean, how are they gonna know? As I experimented more with my own art, I found myself liking different types of art. Where I was once an old school Disney Glen Keane fan type guy, I now found myself enjoying more unique styles, at least to me. French artists, Japanese artists, anime art, which I wasn't a huge fan of before and I now love. And although I still love Glen Keane, my eyes had been opened. When I graduated art school, there was literally no mold left to fill. I was working as a story artist, but the only limit I had was the extent of humanity's combined creativity, which, while scary, is very exciting. It was only after I left school I really started to find my voice and come into my own as an artist. And life drawing was one of the main places I was now able to express that voice. With no one left telling me what to do, I started incorporating all my influences. I started doing what I wanted in the moment. I could just keep drawing after the time ran out, not use Conte. Finally, true freedom. I started using life drawing as a way to channel artists and styles that inspired me. It was outside of the constraints of my work or the pressure that normal drawing had for me. It was a timed drawing, and after those 2, 3, 5 minutes were up, I could move on and try something new. This is one of the first times in my whole life where I actually enjoyed drawing. And not just the outcome, but the actual act of drawing. We develop our styles the more we draw and the more we see work that inspires us. So while you learn anatomy and bone attachments, also start developing your own way of drawing. Start trying to find artists you love and see what makes you so drawn to their art. Try incorporating one thing from an artist you love into your life drawings. Maybe it's the way they simplify a face, maybe it's their line quality or the way they push a pose. I created a folder of art and artists that inspire me, and then I just took what I loved and made it my own. Which is perfectly fine to do, by the way. You're allowed to, take from other artists and learn from other people. Everyone does it. It's cool. Just do it. In art school, I was taught the right way to life draw. And while that helped my fundamentals a lot, it trapped me in this cycle where if it wasn't exactly what they taught me, I would begin to feel bad about my own drawings. It took me years to break the mold of art school and start becoming my own artist. And this first step truthfully happened with life drawing, and is why I made this video. And hopefully it can help someone else break free from the traditional mold. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next. Thanks. Bye.